Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on your mat today. I finally got outside to practice, my favorite place to practice. Um, Hoping you have a really nice space to get comfortable in. We'll start seated on our mat and just take this first few moments of practice to breathe. Get in touch with the rhythm of your breath. Take note of the way the air feels as it enters your body, the smell, the temperature. And shut your eyes, bring your attention inward. And when you're ready, extend your legs out in front of you. And we're going to make our way to a forward fold. I want to build this pose from the top of your spine. So begin by bringing your chin in towards your throat or your chest. Feel the extension in the neck, and then continue rounding down through the upper back, between the shoulders, the mid region of the back, letting the upper body, the head, the shoulders be very heavy. Your arms are heavy, so we're not reaching forward or holding on, but just let your arms drape out of your shoulders. And the hands rest next to your legs. I even turn my palms up just to help myself not press into them. Sometimes it can be hard to fully surrender the weight of your upper body. If you're feeling that way, go ahead and take a block or a pillow and put it underneath your forehead. Just give yourself a little bit of support. And then once you're comfortable, just return to the rhythm of your breath. Take note of your breath, how the breath affects this pose. How you might feel light across your back body on the inhale and sink a little bit deeper into the pose on the exhale. Nice easy breathing here. Coming out of this pose, move nice and slowly. Bring the shoulders up over the hips. And then we'll make our way to a tabletop position. Take a moment, note your wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Let's do a couple of cat-cows just to open up the front of the body. On an inhale, exhale, round the spine. Inhale, stretching the heart forward. Exhale, curling everything into the center. Coming back to center now, we're going to make our way to a lunge pose. So bring your right foot to the pinky side of your right hand, just to the outside of your right hand. You can turn your toes off the mat if you like. I like to stay up on my palms just for the first couple of moments of this pose. If palms are hard, you can put a block under your hands. Let the hips sink here. And keep bringing the heart forward. So we don't want to round the spine too much. Now you can stay here exactly like this if you like. Or you can begin to walk your hands forward. Come down onto forearms, or maybe your forearms are on blocks. Maybe you want to rest your head on a block. Or I have my friend here, my friend Dudley came to see me and I'm resting my head on his back. Wherever you are, find a way to become as comfortable as you can with the back body being as straight as you can. So we don't want to round down like a turtle. But we do want to melt the chest forward and down towards the mat. From here, when you're ready to come out of this pose, come up onto palms and then straighten that front leg, bringing the hips back over your back knee. Going into a nice hamstring stretch. You can walk your hands till they're underneath the shoulders, using blocks or the floor, whatever feels best for you. Take an inhale and find yourself getting some length as you stretch out over that forward leg. And then exhale to round down. You can use your opposite hand. Bring it forward over the toes and draw the toes back towards the shin, if that helps you to intensify the stretch across the calf and even bring some opening to the bottom of the feet. From here, you can begin to make your way back to the lunge. So bend the front knee. Let your hips sink forward, and then tick-tock your foot all the way across the mat till it's behind your left wrist. Let your knee fall down behind your right wrist, making our way into Pigeon Pose. I sort of folded forward here pretty quickly. You can take your time with it. You can keep up on palms if you like. Come down onto forearms, or just lay straight out. Remembering that we don't want to have any pain or discomfort in your front knee. So if you're feeling anything like that, come out of it right away. And you can take this stretch on your back in a figure 4. Once you find yourself comfortable, once again with the upper body heavy and relaxed, return to the rhythm of your breath. Now to come out of this pose, bring your palms onto the mat. Slowly make your way back to tabletop, real slowly, and you can even extend that right leg back behind you, just letting the back of your knee, the back of your leg breathe. Might really feel the need for that right now. And bring your right knee back down next to your left. And with a nice flat back, let's take some body circles, moving the hips and the shoulders together. Make the circles as big or as little as you like. You can go in both directions. And then when you're ready, draw your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Sink the hips, make your way back to that lunge pose. Find your breath here. Again, I like to stay up on my palms for the first little bit. Feeling my hips sink down. Just a little bit more space for the hips to be able to sink down into the mat. And once you feel that softening, you may want to move down onto forearms or onto blocks. It's up to you if you want to fold forward or not. This time I have my fists stacked and my forehead resting on my fists. If you want, you can just let your head hang heavy and open up the muscles in the back of your neck. out of this pose, you can just press into your palms and bring the chest back up. Straighten that left leg, bring your hips over the right knee, making your way to the hamstring stretch. Toes can come up off the mat and just reach forward with the crown of your head and then round down. I like to take my right hand here and reach for the outside of my right foot. Just draw the toes back towards the shin. Again, opening up the calf, intensifying the stretch slightly. I'm breaking some tension in the bottom of my feet. It's definitely an option here. You can just keep your fingertips underneath the shoulders, supporting yourself if you prefer. Hamstrings are stubborn. This is a nice pose to spend a few moments in, just enjoying this release. And when you're ready to come out of this, bring the fingertips back under the shoulders if you've moved them. And walk them forward, bending the left knee, coming back to your lunge. Tick-tock that left foot across the mat till it's behind the right wrist. Let your left knee fall down. And once again, take your time. We're coming to a forward fold. Don't be surprised if this pose feels really different on this side than it did on the first side. Very few of us are the same on both sides of our body. I added a little shoulder opener in on this second side. You can bring your palms together to prayer position and then bend your elbows. Draw your thumbs back towards the nape of your neck. You can even walk your elbows a little further forward, just getting a little opening through the shoulder girdle. It's definitely an option. And then when you're ready to come out of this, press into your palms. Make your way back to tabletop. You can extend that left leg back behind you, just opening up the back of the leg. Coming to your knees now. You can lower your front all the way down onto the mat. Coming to a prone position. Bend both knees, bring the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, and just let your feet drop from side to side like windshield wipers. Just open up the hips a little bit after those definitely long hip opening poses. And then from here, draw your elbows underneath your shoulders. Make your way to Sphinx pose. Remember, here in Sphinx pose, you want to turn the tailbone down and roll the shoulders back, the heads of your shoulders back, so that you're not experiencing any crunching in the low back. And the heart wants to be pushing forward. So we should be experiencing a really mild back bend here. Just opening for the front of the body, adding some flexibility to the back. the mid-region of the spine. The legs are heavy and relaxed. Your upper arms are perpendicular to the floor. Now if you want to come a little bit deeper, press into the palms, straighten the elbows. You can walk your hands in towards your body if you like. I do want you to keep in mind that you want to, every time you move and deepen the back bend, you want to turn the tailbone down a little further. Press the heart open, roll the shoulders back a little more. If you've come up on your palms and you start to feel some discomfort in the low back, I'd encourage you to come back down onto the forearms. Notice the experience of your breath in this pose. And when you're ready, you can just lower your chest back down onto the mat. And then press into your palms, put your hips back over your heels for child's pose. You can have your knees wide here or hip width apart, whichever you prefer. It's a nice way to neutralize your spine after the back bend. I'll just be here for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, make your way back to your seat and then to lie all the way down onto your back. And support yourself with your fingers from behind as you lower all the way down. And draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe make some circles with your knees, going in one direction and then the other. Now bring your arms out to T position as you let both knees fall over to the right for a gentle supine twist. And draw your chin to your left shoulder. And notice the effect of your breath on this pose, the opening across the left side of the body, particularly as the left rib cage presses open through the intercostal muscles. A nice big breath in here, and then as you exhale, draw the knees back up to center. And let your knees fall over to the other side, keeping that right shoulder blade down on the mat. So you're really getting a nice twist right in the mid-region of the spine. You can draw your chin to your right shoulder. Bring that twist right up through the cervical region of the spine. Try and relax the body as much as you can here. Release as much muscular tension as you can. And breathe easy. When you're ready to come out of this, take a big breath in, and then exhale to draw your knees back up to center. And you can make your way into Savasana. Let the feet rest down at the bottom far corners of your mat. Toes fall open. Hands rest next to your body with the palms facing up. Take the first few breaths in Savasana, really noticing your breath, feeling with each exhale your body sinking a little further, deeper into the mat. Then you can release your attention from the breath. Just enjoy the stillness of Savasana. We'll come out of it together in just a few moments. When you're ready to begin moving again, begin by wiggling your fingers and toes. Draw some circulation to your extremities by turning the wrists and the ankles. Turn your head from side to side and make your way into a full body stretch. And draw your knees into your chest and rock from side to side, coming eventually into the fetal position. Stay there for a couple of breaths until you're ready to make your way up to seated. Take your time and keep your head heavy, your gaze down until your shoulders are up over your hips. And you can bring your crown of your head high. Draw your hands together at your heart. And draw your thumbs to your third eye. Nice forward fold. Our final pose for this practice. Thanking yourself for taking the time to come to your mat today. Namaste.